When she first said it, I honestly thought she was kidding. "My whole family's moving into your house for the summer," she announced with a half smile, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. I laughed, a small, uneasy laugh, waiting for the part where she'd say, "Just kidding." But that part never came. Instead, she began listing names: her mom, her dad, her younger brother, even her aunt and cousins. I blinked, doing the math in my head, counting the rooms I had. "Wait, all of them?" I asked. She nodded casually, taking another sip of her coffee. "You've got space, right? It'll be fun, like a big family vacation." Fun, that's what she called it. To me, it sounded more like an invasion. Don't get me wrong, I loved her, but I also loved my peace, my space, my quiet evenings after long days of work. The thought of 6 extra people under one roof made my chest tighten. Still, I didn't want to seem selfish, so I forced a smile and said, "That sounds great." She grinned, leaned in, kissed my cheek, and whispered, "I knew you'd understand." That night, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, wondering when exactly my home had stopped feeling like mine. Maybe it happened the moment I started saying yes to things that made me uncomfortable just to keep her happy. I didn't know it then, but that summer would test more than my patience. It would show me the real cost of loving someone when only one person keeps paying the price. 2 weeks later, they arrived, pulling into the driveway like an army setting up camp. Her dad was first, waving politely but already scanning the backyard like he owned it. Her mom followed, holding a casserole dish and giving me that look, the kind that silently says, "Don't worry, we'll take care of everything from here." Within an hour, the living room was crowded with luggage chatter and the smell of food I hadn't cooked. I told myself it was fine, temporary, but by day 2, my quiet mornings were gone. Her brother was using my computer without asking. Her aunt reorganized my kitchen because she thought it was inefficient. Even her dad took it upon himself to fix things by drilling into walls that didn't need fixing. I kept swallowing my frustration, convincing myself it wasn't worth the fight. But every night, I felt myself fading, inch by inch, as my house turned into something I no longer recognized. She noticed, but not in the way I hoped. One evening, while her family's laughter echoed from the next room, she leaned over and said, "You've been distant lately. You should try being more welcoming." That's when something inside me cracked. Welcoming? I'd open my doors, my fridge, my peace of mind, and somehow it was still not enough. I looked at her and realized something I'd ignored for too long. Love shouldn't feel like surrender. By the 3rd week, my life barely felt like my own. There were shoes piled at the door that weren't mine, a broken lamp in the hallway, and constant laughter that didn't belong to me echoing through the walls. Even my couch, had become her family's favorite spot for movie nights. One evening, I came home from work to find her father grilling the backyard, her cousin splashing in the pool, and her mother yelling over music loud enough to shake the windows. I stood there, frozen, watching the home I had built with care turn into a summer retreat. When she walked up to me smiling, holding a glass of lemonade, I finally said it. "This isn't working." Her smile faded. "What do you mean?" I said quietly, "I can't keep living like a guest in my own home." Her face hardened. "They're my family. It's just for a few months." "Then maybe," I replied, my voice calm but certain, "you should stay with them." Silence. For the first time, the noise around us didn't touch me. It was just her and the truth, hanging heavy between us. She stared at me, wide-eyed, realizing I wasn't joking this time. That night, I packed a small bag and left. Not out of anger, not out of hate, but because I finally remembered who I was before I started saying yes to everything that hurt. Sometimes, love isn't about holding on. It's about walking away before you completely disappear.